Welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this Fura stainless steel tactical pen that I purchased from GearBest. It's a very solid and heavy, very well made tactical pen. It's made entirely from stainless steel. I think what we better do first, guys, is take a look at it, a close look at it. At the end here we have a tungsten tip for breaking glass. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. We'll try it on a bottle. It's very nicely machined, very highly polished, as you can see. I love the little details they're actually machined into it. Look, beautiful. It's very well made, it is. Solid chunk of stainless steel at this end. Nicely curved body just here. And we move along to the cap of the pen with the little clip, pocket clip, which is quite a strong pocket clip. I've been carrying it around for quite some time now, guys. The only problem I have had with it is when the end cap here came unscrewed and it disappeared into my pocket, and I thought I'd lost this little cap here. Right then, I've removed the cap, and you can see this is the end we do the writing with. It uses a standard Parker refill, and we have a rubber O-ring here to help the cap stay shut and keep out any wet. There is also an O-ring in the end of the nib here, the end of the pen here, the bit you actually get hold of to write with. So I have been carrying this for a month or two now, guys, and I said the only problem I had is with this tip here that fell off. It fell off on a couple of occasions. I found it once when I was changing my trousers when I got home from work, and then the second time was when I was actually at work and was just heading towards the canteen, and I realised the pen wasn't in my pocket. I thought, where is it? I dived around in my pocket and actually found the pen, but I couldn't find the tip, and it turned out the tip was in the bottom of my pocket actually. So I had to get some of this here Loctite, as you see here, and just put a bit around the threads and tightened it back up again, and so far it has remained tight and hasn't come off again. But it's a very solid pen. Now let's take a look at a few dimensions. The overall length, I measured it at 146 millimeters long, and we have a diameter just here of 12 millimeters. The pocket clip is 50 millimeters long, and it protrudes out of your pocket by around about 10 millimeters, guys. Okay, so what does it weigh then? 2 3/4 of an ounce, or 76 grams. Right then, this is an extremely robust tactical pen. I do have quite a collection of tactical pens, as I'm sure you know, and the majority of them are made from aerospace aluminium, but this one is just a solid chunk almost of stainless steel. The cap is stainless steel, is obviously machined out. You take off the front here, again that's stainless steel with a little red O-ring on the back there. We have a standard Parker style refill, little spring going on there as well, guys. The body is machined out quite deeply down here to around about 58.4 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken, guys. I popped my vernier gauge down inside it, and that's where that's what it came up with. You can actually feel it. Where's the point of balance on this thing? Oops. Well, it is quite heavy. It's very tip heavy here. It's just a solid chunk of stainless just there. Let's pop them back together again for you. Oh, there we go. Get him back together again. It's nice to hold. You've got a nice flat tip there for putting your thumb on, or to you know, if you don't want to do too much damage. We have the as I say, tungsten point, making it very sharp there. Best be trying that on a bottle, guys. Here is one of my bottles of cider. This one's from the weekend, I think. Here's the Fura tactical pen. Let's give it a go. Well, just listen to that, guys. There's the mark. I think you can see it about there, look. So what sort of damage do you think we can do with a pen to a piece of wood? There are a few marks on here, but not many. Well, we just use it on other tools and pens and whatever. But let's give it a go. Let's give it a bit of a whack around about here somewhere. Oh wow, blimey, they went in nice and deep. And as you can see, it didn't take much effort on my part either. You've got all this weight at this end of the pen here, so it just makes life a lot easier for you know, impacting whatever you're hitting, really. You know, it's a real impact multiplier. Right then, when we get to the writing, this is where it gets interesting, guys. Just take the cap off a moment. Now, as you've got all this weight at this end here, it tends to throw the pen, you know, little bit out of balance. There's too much weight going on up here, for my taste anyway. And when you try to write with it, it's not quite as flowing as a standard pen, to be honest with you. Not really. It's just too. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just too much momentum at this end. I don't think you really need the momentum at that end. It's much easier if you've got the weight down the bottom of the pen like this. That makes it a lot easier to write with. Whereas you've got it all at the other end, it tends to dampen out what you're trying to write, if you see what I'm saying. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying here, guys, but if you've got a lightweight end sticking above your hand, you can control the pen a lot easier. I can control the weight of this pen a lot easier down there, like that, than I can like this. It's as I say, it tends to, you know, take away from your fine writing skills, to be honest with you. Wow, I hope you understood what I was trying to say there, guys. It didn't make a lot of sense, did it? But yeah, it's, I don't know, it tends to, it makes the pen sort of too floppy at the top end of things here when you're trying to write. But you can still write with it, because I've used it, as I say, on a regular basis for the last few months now, taking it about, and if I need to write something, I'll write with it, rather than using a pen that's available at the time, because you don't know who's been using that pen and what they've been doing. This is the way I think anyway, you know, especially if you're in like a doctor's surgery or somewhere, or in a hospital, you don't know what diseases, colds or infections, what people have got, and that everybody just grabs the pen. They've obviously been wiping their nose and they've got germs and whatever all over their fingers, and then it's transferred to the pen, and then you go and pick it up, and you've got the whatever they've had, plus you don't know what else dirt and filth are on the pens as well. So I always prefer to carry my own pen with you, to be honest with you. But I have to say, this one is a good, solid, strong, well made and very well finished pen too. I love these little details they got on the end here. I love that, that's great. Yes, it's smooth, highly polished. There are no sharp edges to it at all, apart from the point here where it needs to be sharp. It screws undone nice and smoothly. There's no coarseness to that thread at all. It's beautifully smooth, and you can feel the little O-ring just taking up there to seal it and to keep it closed as well. The only problem I've had with it, I've had to put some blue Loctite to keep this little cap closed here, stop it falling off. It did twice now. Hopefully it's not going to do it again. But yeah, I can highly recommend this pen. I mean, it's a very substantial and robust pen for what you're paying for it. I think at the moment it's only £5 and something. Wow, that's awesome for what you're getting, guys. So you know, and you can also use Parker refills, which are available just about anywhere. It doesn't take, as far as I know, there aren't any adapters to take space pen refills for it. Just Parker refills. It's just such a beautifully finished pen. You know, you'd think it would cost 2 or 3 times as much, to be honest with you, but £5. What I'll do is I'll just put you up a little picture of the website here, and you can see the current today, which is the 2nd of April 2018. This is the current price in pounds and in dollars, guys, so you can take a look at it. You can get to GearBest via my special link you'll find in the descriptive text below. Just click on that link and go along. If you see anything you like, you know, tactical pen like this fella here or whatever you like, just purchase it. I will get a small amount of commission, which I plough straight back into my channel, guys. GearBest are I think one of the best of the Chinese stores out there at the moment. They support my channel very well. They have very good prices. They usually have quite a bit of stock, unless of course it's something brand new that's coming along. They don't always have stock of that for a few days. But yes, the stock is quite good. They'll deliver to most places around the world. I'm often asked that question. I think you'll find they deliver it all around the world. It might take a little while to get here or there. It does take me sometimes a week or 2 or even 3 to get my kit in from GearBest, but it's quite a good company to purchase from, so I've found. I've been shopping with them for about 2 to 3 years now. As you can see, this is has a very large and strong pocket clip on there. I've had no trouble with it in my trouser pocket. As I say, I've been carrying it for 2 or 3 months now in my trouser pocket, and it only comes out when you want it to come out, really. To be honest with you guys, you've got to really pull it out to get it out. It's not going to fall out at all. And it's just a solid chunk of a pen, really. It's quite good for what it is. And so you can write with it. You can also use it for other things like breaking glass and what have you, or, you know, telling somebody to go away. But please check your local area legislation, see if you are allowed to carry something like this. It's just a pen, I know, but you know, some companies are, some countries are fairly liberal, and they don't like you carrying things like this around. Okay, to sum up then, if you're in the market for a very strong and robust tactical pen, I can highly recommend this one. I know it's a bit shiny, but if you guys need it for like military operations, whatever, it might be a bit reflective. But other than that, it's a very, very well made pen, and I can highly recommend it, guys. Okay, so don't forget, if you've enjoyed the review, you can subscribe to my channel. That will help me out as well. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to click a like on it, and you can also share it with your friends because they might be interested in a very nice tactical pen too. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm very often putting stuff up there, putting photographs and explaining what I'm about, what I'm doing that day, sometimes at work. You can also follow me on Google+. You can support the channel via my Patreon page too. I've got a couple of guys doing that already, so thank you very much to those 2 guys. And you can support the channel as well by purchasing anything via my GearBest link, as I've already said. Go along to GearBest, you're bound to find something you like there, guys. Just purchase it via that link and I'll get a small commission, and it all helps my channel out. Okay then, guys, hope you enjoyed the review. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and if I'm not too busy, I will take a look. I do try to get back to you guys. Sometimes I'm a bit busy and things slip by, and I do apologise to everyone who's left a comment and I haven't got back to them. I'm very sorry about that, guys. I can be a bit busy. But yeah, please leave me a comment and some questions about the little fellow. Alright then, guys, I do hope you'll pop by again for another review that I've got in the future. I don't know what it'll be yet. I've got some more interesting stuff coming in. I think there's a knife, a multi-tool, a Ganzo multi-tool actually, and some video kit I've got coming in from GearBest, which I'm hoping to pick up tomorrow evening on the way home from work, from the post office, since they didn't deliver it the other day because we weren't at home. Alright then, guys, I'll see you again later then. Bye! And well, I'll hope you'll pop by and see. Have a look at another review that I've got out.